台湾沖縄で常態化している中国による領海侵犯。南シナ海でも同様に中国は軍事圧力を強め、フィリピン、ベトナムと領有権をめぐって激しい対立が続いている。このような動きを受けて、昨年にはアメリカ、オーストラリアに続いてフランスがフィリピンとの共同パトロールに参加する意向を表明するなど、主要国による対中包囲網が構築されている。周辺国への軍事圧力を強める中国に対し、日本および国際社会はどのように向き合うべきなのか。今回のザ・ファクトは、カナダ在住の中国民主活動家のせいせつ氏に話を聞いた。
Democracy, human rights, freedom has not been realized in China, and the human rights situation is 100 times worse. And there are a lot of disasters in China, not only the persecution. And I'm trying to get people to understand the changing of the nature of human being in China is the most horrible, is the biggest disaster, not only for Chinese people, it's for the whole world. Because the people under this kind of pressure for so long, and the pressure was too heavy. Especially when Chinese communists, they said they started the so-called openness and the reform, but it wasn't an openness of people's mind. It was only the changing of to let people to work to make profits for the party and for the country, not really for people. We want to support those people who try to fight against the Chinese communists, and it's very difficult because the persecution is getting much more. The persecution cases is adding in a huge number, and for people who are willing to support in this kind of a situation, having much more fear now, even in Canada. I think it's even in Japan, anywhere, because people are being as educated as the Chinese communists. They could do whatever they want, and their people are in our society, and also they have their spies and their even they hire a lot of people to work for them. So people in United States, Canada, Japan, in the democratic countries, and even though their body in a democratic environment, but their soul, their heart is not there. It's being controlled still by the fear from China. The invitation to Taiwan from the Chinese leaders is the dream of each leader, everyone. Mm-hmm. But if they could, if they can, they must did long time ago. So we all know that the head of this military troop has been missing, not one, but both. And I heard about probably 40, even more than this number, has been under the investigation. So I don't think that Xi Jinping has the ability, even though he dreamed of to occupy Taiwan, but he doesn't have the ability. And also for what we heard from President Biden and also from the government of the United States, I believe they will take action if Xi Jinping start the action to attack on Taiwan. And I believe Japan will take some action as well too. And also India last year, they promised if Xi Jinping is going to attack on Taiwan, and India will do something and to help. Even they said they probably will to start another battle there and to split the power from Chinese military, to be in two parts, from the west and the south. So I don't think China, they have the ability. Only if Xi Jinping is crazy enough. The only chance. The whole world has been facing a lot of troubles, and the troubles actually created mostly by China. Not only Taiwan or South Asia, and also Middle East, and also the war between Russia and Ukraine. Without the promise from Xi Jinping, I don't think that Putin would start this war to Ukraine. And so United States, they must face the different battles around the world. Of course, that is very, very tough, but thanks God, it's not too late. And the economic in China is going down very fast, and it will slowly, the aggressive steps of China to either for supporting the war for Russia to Ukraine, and also there many planned actions in Middle East, of course also to Taiwan and South Asia. So this is a whole situation. We see that the areas around China, from southern Mongolia and East Turkestan, and also Tibet, Hong Kong, and now Manchuria, we all have the movement of restoration of our own country. And of course, this will cause a lot of attention from China. And also, of course, we have the support from Japan and Korea and Mongolia, and also India and Taiwan. So it is, you could say that is 10 countries around China. So this is a perfect ring to, I said one ring, one buckle is my idea of starting from Japan, South Korea, and Manchuria, and South Mongolia, and also East Turkestan, and India, Taiwan, Hong Kong. I call it one ring. And the movement of restoration of Manchuria is going to be the buckle, to buckle it up for China. And then we know that Xi Jinping, he has an international plan called One Belt, One Road. It's extending their power and from political and economical. But when we are having the one ring, one buckle to close the up, so I think it will stop their ability to extend their power to the world. I love Japan very much. I think Japan is doing great, but Japan needs to have a long vision of the world too. For Russia and China is two members of the United Nations Security Council that makes the United Nations couldn't do nothing good. And I strongly believe that the United Nations need to be changed. And probably the war between Russia and Ukraine is a turning point that for people to realize that the whole form of the United Nations need to be changed. You need to have a reform. And if Xi Jinping ever to be crazy enough to start the attack on Taiwan, then I think the United Nations cannot continually, to work as it was.